Yep. Feeding it in the pocket. Stewart's got it straight up to St. John.
And there, Taylor Donnellan in the front hold. M. Larissy is not going to be able to afford to get too caught on the body there.
No, not at all. And she makes no mistake with that shot. So good sign early up for Taylor.
And equally down the other end, we see Kalisha Pell on the move early. She's created some backspace and put one up for Yarrawonga. I'm expecting this game to go down to the wire and for it to potentially be a goal-for-goal game the whole way through.
Yeah, you want to be making the most of the turnovers when they do come, because I think they'll be a bit scarce in between.
Absolutely.
And it'll be very interesting to see the full court defensive pressure for both teams when they do turn it over, because I think they all know how important they're going to be.
As we see Tay get her second goal. It's Raiders 2-1 on the NZ 777 automotive scoreboard. Laura Ryan coming out of defence with some great speed to Grimmin. They forced to go back to the line, Yarrawonga, but eventually find Irvine in the pocket. And there's Kalisha Pell on the move into the space. Receives a great pass. And like I said, she's playing with a super amount of confidence. She's really stepped up to A grade this year. And her numbers have been really big as well. Some weeks, she's shot in excess of 20 and 30 goals. Consistently.
I think she's been great coming up from the junior grades. Yarra as well has been really great for them to see a junior come through, and I think she's quite dynamic outside but can also get back to post, as we've seen in the first couple of plays today.
And switches to defence, although I don't think she's done that in A grade for Yarra, but certainly as a junior player, and when she played for the Ovens and Murray side, she had that ability to do that. So showing some good strength. You see Grimmond off the line. So Tilly Kennedy starting on the interchange for Yarrawonga. She fairly traditionally is in that wing attack role. They've gone for Gemma today.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting matchup there. We've got two sort of bigger bodies in Molly and Grimmond. Yeah,
actually it's a really good matchup, isn't it? And both have a fair bit of experience in them now as well. So we see Mooney forced to go sideways to Goldsworthy, but able to draw the contact, so raised with the penalty. I think the other thing to watch with both these sides is they both have the potential to move it very quickly if they need to, but both have the capability to stop and play that smart, considered netball when the time's there. So it will be interesting to see if one side can create a bit of space and a bit of run.
Yeah, I think that's probably where we've seen Raiders take it to another level this year in terms of their decision-making and ability not to make mistakes. It's very Yarrawonga of old-esque,
yes.
So straight out of the book from them, I think.
And Stewart just driving wide, opening up the space for Taylor Dolan to come through. She takes them to 4 goals, leading the Pigeons to here. First quarter action brought to you by Cavalier Homes. So Mackenzie House drawing the contact there.
Both teams early doing well to get to circle edge as well.
And we had that final last year here between the Raiders and Yarrawonga that went into overtime. So there's a bit of history, recent history of some tight games with these two. It was an absolutely phenomenal game. And I think, as you said, working to circle edge, I have no doubt that both sides will have a huge amount of respect for the opposition and what they can bring, and that they'll need to bring their best today to get over top of that. As we see Pearl take Yarrawonga to 3. It's a Raider centre pass, St John through to House. House just beating Ryan off the line at the moment.
And Stewart starting off doing a mountain of work outside the circle as well. And we just know that her work rate's going to be up all day. So
and she just does. That's a big part of her game, isn't it? She may not get the numbers up, but her work rate out front.
She makes no mistake on that shot.
And I think it's going to be a key play against a Kylie Leslie. I think if they can draw Kylie out of that circle, keep her occupied and create a one-on-one for Taylor, that gives them more opportunity. As we see Pearl again, finding the front space and making no mistake. Yarrawonga go to 4, trailing the Raiders 6.
Bit easy there on transitions coming from behind there.
Yeah, Pearls will need to push down and defend House a bit tighter. They're wanting to create some pressure off the centre pass. They've created turnover there, though. And the low ball around Larissy and Leslie is a dangerous ball as well. We know Kylie Leslie is so strong in the air, but her ability to get down, as we see Mooney go up with a great tip and create the turnover at the other end. So defenders starting to find a bit of rhythm, and
Yeah, starting to figure out the other team a little bit, work their way into it both ends.
Raiders' timing's spot on at the moment, although the umpire has just found a contact call on House. So Laura Ryan's drawn that one there. And they'll look to go deep here. Ryan to Grimmond. Casa comes out and opens up a one-on-one in the circle. Kalisha Pell with the backspace. And they're getting away with that at the moment, although it's one I would be watching, I think, as Eliza Mooney builds into this game. You'd expect to start to see her have a go at a few more of those. We see that good contest between Grimmond and Goldsworthy.
Yeah, I think that'll be there all day. But it'll be interesting to see the changes they pull there and when they do come on.
Yeah, and whether they try and create a mismatch, one of the sides.
As Mooney gets her hand to that one. And
I imagine Kennedy would come into it at some stage. Irvine.
Looking for that front ball.
And it's off. And tip from Mooney to House. So Raiders the opportunity to get one back here. House to sister House. Stewart sitting off. Blaney just happy to work it back to the line. Maggie St John again having to go back, but got players there to back them up.
Very patient build up here. Over the top to Taylor.
And a good pull in there by Taylor Donnellan. Takes Raiders to 7, leading the Pigeons 5. We've gone 6.5 minutes in the first quarter thanks to NZ Albury. St John deep in the pocket to Stewart in front. Not confident from there. Looks to swing
Great
it.
ball to top. Couple good fakes.
I'd love to see Em turn and, probably not from that distance, but fraction closer turn and take a couple. Once she gets her eye in and she plays with confidence, she's really hard to beat.
Yeah, it'd be good to just maybe have a bit of a look to post there first and see what's on under the ring with Taylor.
And
Good
the tip there by Ryan.
Yeah,
Irvine picks it up. So been a couple of turnovers here. As we said, defensively both sides are strong.
I think the turnovers we've seen is when it gets quite stagnant and there's not that movement and punch to the ball. So
Absolutely.
I think with both teams, once they do get that.
And there we go, another one again. So again, court standing still. The opposition, both sides defensively just taking the pace out of it and disrupting the timing there. So House, great ball by Mackenzie to Sister Blaney to clear some of the mess. Blaney looking in, Stewart coming out to help. And that's better by Stewart doing the 1-2 rather than trying to give it off and sweep out. Raiders go to 8. That was a hard-fought goal.
Yeah, it was. A bit of toing and froing there, and I expect to see that all day. Really tough this year across the whole board when you're watching matches to score off your turnovers. I think it just shows the defensive nature of every team and how they can step it up. Got House to Stewart in the pocket.
Having to go back and happy just to reset. Oh, and great pass, but Donlan not able to whip that in. So Yarrawonga with the opportunity here. Gone 8.5 minutes. You feel like both sides are just taking their time to build into this and suss out what the opposition are doing a little bit here. Neither side taking too many risks. Grimmond to Casa. She's come out high. Looks for the 1-2 back, but not utilised.
Oh, bit of
and
a contact there.
call.
Yeah.
So Pearl with the shot under the post.
I think Pell's getting those calls because she is quite dangerous on that movement in the circle. So a lot of defenders having to be wary of that this year.
Yeah, and she's quick. So if you're caught slightly off guard, you're going to be late to the party. So you see Grimmond, she looks in to Pell, puts it into space, and a footwork call there. So Mooney will take it for the Raiders. There's a fortunate turnover there. As you see, Goldsworthy strong through the centre channel.
Yeah, great change of channels there. Good defence there by Ryan to just get that out, not giving up on that play.
Yeah, and Blaney will really have to take a feet to every ball. Laura Ryan is great at the contest. It'll be a good matchup between these two today. Laura Ryan, captain of the Ovens and Murray Open side this year.
Yeah, she'll have some familiar faces out there with a few of the Raiders girls who are in that team. So.
She will. She might have, a little bit on them, but she's also co-coach. So, and the look away, and then the quick pass over the top to Donnellan. Spins out. Misses. Larissy, option again, over the top to Irvine. Nice change of footwork there from Grimmond. Works to circle edge.
Looking at post and works herself back into it. Great work from Grimmond there on circle edge to stay involved and get herself in that play.
Yeah, Pell takes Pigeons to 8, so it's 8 goals apiece here. We've gone about 11 minutes in the first quarter. Maggie St John goes back to Mackenzie House, receives it again. Stewart in the pocket and the quick release to Donnellan. Finishes off beautifully.
Bit of a quicker play there. Just starting to open up a little bit.
And you see Cassett going back to post, but not an option.
Beautiful work there.
And what a great opportunity for Kalisha Pell to play alongside some of these experienced players. I think it was a great move bringing her up last year while there was those players around her.
Yeah, I think that Yarrawonga's definitely got that great mix of youth and age in their team as well, which I think is why we see that they haven't really gone away. They've stayed right at the top there, and I think that's a testament to their junior pathway as well, but also those more mature players staying around and wanting to help out with the club as well, which is great to see. Yeah,
their experience is phenomenal, and I think everyone's nervous when Yarrawonga are there in September. As we see Stewart, make no mistake for the Raiders. They go to 10, leading the Pigeons 8 here in the last few minutes of the first quarter. Blaney House, great release in the pocket to Stewart. And Leslie coming off.
There's that little bounce pass that they've given again, and I think they really need to be wary of that with Leslie around and hunting. As we see, a beautiful ball over the top from Pell there, and Casa makes no mistake.
So Yarra go to 9. And Gemma Grimmond, been impressed with her versatility this season. She's been wing defence. She's stepped into the shooting role for them. We see her in wing attack today. Previously at Wodonga prior to moving away. So a Wodonga junior, a great basketballer as well.
Yeah, making the most of the opportunity with the switch over to Yarra as well.
So Yarra go to 10 goals apiece here. 2 minutes to play in this quarter. St John with a great drive.
And House has just been pulled up for a couple of them this quarter as well. So I think that's just showing the battle that her and Laura Ryan are having as well, which is, it's going to be a cracker all day. Finding circle edge again and over the top. Great release.
Footwork by Pearl to find that space. And Cass is almost just staying out of that and trying to allow that space, keep that space there for Pearl to do that. As we see, she finds Cass on the baseline there with a nice transition. Can't put it in. Luckily, picks it up on the rebound. Makes no mistake that time. 11 plays 10. Minute to go. Raiders will be looking to score, but Irvine says no. She gets in the way. So Yarrawonga denying Raiders a late goal at this stage. .30 seconds to go. Irvine to Grimmond. Finds Irvine again. Casa with that very familiar flick out, 1-2 finishes off for the Pigeons. They go to 12, 2-goal lead here, and on centre. Here people calling out quick, looking for a late one. Pell, no one to go to, ball over the back. So Raiders stopping a late goal there. I'm not sure they'll have time to train. And there it goes. There's the buzzer. So quarter time here in the game between Raiders and Yarrawonga. It's the Pigeons 12 leading the Raiders 10. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Until half-time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball. It is the round 15 clash between the Raiders and the Pigeons. It's the Pigeons at 13 leading the Raiders 10 here at quarter time as we kick off the second quarter. So looking at both sides, no changes for the Yarrawonga Pigeons and no changes for the Wodonga Raiders either. Casa out very high on this occasion. Forced to go back. They're forced to use her and looks for the quick pass to Pell. The idea was there. Pass just didn't come off. House on the run.
I think we're seeing a bit of a zone defence here. It'll be interesting to see how they work through it.
Yeah, you can see them taking up the space. Lots of talk, but Raiders have worked through that fairly comfortably in the end. So John and House just working it to circle edge.
Great take there by Taylor. Strong over the top.
Yeah, she was good in the end to be able to
Beautiful.
pick that up. Raiders go to 11. Yarrawonga with the centre pass. So Irvine out to Grimmond. Back to Irvine. And there's the quick release. Great vision to see Pell home alone there. And Mooney just giving her a little bit too much space.
We're off here. House coming from behind and a great feed into there to Stewart in the pocket. Over the top. Must have just been tipped by Larissy there.
That swing around the circle and a quick feed from St John just beats the hands of Leslie to Stewart. Yep. And she puts it up for the Raiders. Raiders to 12. And I'm wondering when we'll see rolling subs. I can't imagine Raiders will use too many. They tend to be fairly consistent, don't they, in their side most weeks?
Yeah, they do. Unless something's going wrong or injury, they seem to back in the girls. And probably a great testament to the 7 on the court that they can run it out.
That's right. And look, I'm not sure Yarra will use it a lot. I imagine we'll see Kennedy and Grinter roll on at some stage.
Just over the top, letting that ball fly a little bit too hard and too tough of a job for St John to get there.
Well, and likewise, but Yarrawonga Irvine on the end of it, she saw that. And that is a quick transition from Yarrawonga into Casa. Finds Pearl, finishes off. So Yarra with a bit of speed on that one there. Goldsworthy trying to contest, and Liza Mooney well watched to be able to get hands to that. Mackenzie House mopping up. So Raiders have the opportunity to get it back. It'll be a throw-in on the sideline. Goldsworthy will take the ball. St John through the middle. Stewart up high. Forced to go back cross court to Mackenzie House. Finds Sister Blaney. And here they are again. They'll just work to circle edge.
Very patient build up here, but the Yarrawonga defence in this defensive third has been great.
They have, absolutely.
So we get a held time. I think the ball is covered in sand,
yes.
As the words of Mackenzie come out.
Well, that's a different one, isn't it? We don't get that very often. So they'll go to the towel. See if they can clean that. Nope, they've got a spare ball. Look at that. All over it. Leonie Mooney.
Bit of a lull in the game, a chance for the girls to just catch their breath a little bit. It's been quite a defensive first start to this second quarter. And M. Stewart puts that in.
13 plays 16 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. As we see Dolan present beautifully in front. And dangerous pass. Dolan able to get the penalty. Larissy did well to make a contest of that.
Might have just been outside M. Stewart's range there, but I would like to see her just turn and look at that post.
Yeah, and just get the defenders off her. Make them question what she's going to do. We see Grimman hot off the line. Great drive by Pearl to circle edge. And another quick transition from Yarrawonga. So that attack end for them is working beautifully at the moment. 17 plays 14. Second quarter brought to you by Cavalier Homes. Yeah, she does a power of work, doesn't she? She's having a fantastic season.
Yeah, she runs all game, and doesn't matter the weather, doesn't matter the conditions. You'll see her putting in a lot of work. So something that she's really worked on over the off season, put in a lot of effort with her fitness, and I think it's showing off.
I heard a great interview with her on the O&M Live podcast, and she talked quite a bit about that. Just the extra work she's done. As we see Irvine on the drive, off to Casa in the pocket. There's a familiar connection. Pass to Grimman just goes a bit astray. She's able to pull it in. Pell is on the move. Cass has come out, so we've got a 2-on-1 in the circle. They're able to find her over the back eventually.
As Kalisha makes no mistake there.
18 plays 14. So Yarra just broken a couple of Raiders centres here, and the umpire has said, nope, that's a contact. So Raiders the opportunity to get this one back. Probably need to look, trying to just to start to peg it back a little bit as we see St John to House, to Stewart, to Donnellan.
Beautiful shooting there, and I think it was a goal that they needed after there's been a few goals scored against the grain here, but both teams doing a great job defensively.
Great chase, yeah, by Stewart there to pull that one in. Looked like it was going to be another stray ball. And she finishes off.
She looks so good when she's just turning to post, shooting, getting that confidence up. Love to see that for the rest of the day for the Raiders' sake.
And I think the challenge for the opposition is that Taylor has been posting some big numbers, and so you run the risk if you focus too much on her that Em Stewart then does a lot of damage. So that, you know, they're really lucky in that respect. And look, Yarrawonga probably in a similar position. They focus on Bridget, Kalisha can do damage. So having a two-pronged attack just makes such a difference, especially when it comes to finals and those tight games.
Yeah, and Yarrawonga not playing. Oh, I don't think she's playing today, Maddie Allen.
No.
I haven't seen her around.
She was named, but is not sitting over there on the interchange, so must be unavailable.
So when she's playing as well, it gives them another dynamic look at what their circle looks like. So very similar. You're not too sure what you're going to get.
No.
And, depending on how it is working, they're able to change it around.
And I think that's the advantage that Raiders, Yarrawonga and Wangaratta have. They have a really diverse attack end. Gives them some versatility, particularly come finals and the tight games. Corowat, not so much.
Great first ball pressure there by Leslie. She's making Stewart work for every possession that she gets at the moment.
Cheers. Yes, I think Corawa's depth in their shooting end isn't as strong as these sides. And I think North Albury do have the three shooters, but they're Killimore's only first season in A grade, so she's still learning and building that experience.
Yeah, and I think that they are definitely a very dangerous side, North Albury, and you're
super dangerous.
Very wary. It's one that you maybe don't want to get in finals because on their day they turn, and Lily Kelly's, like you said, having an awesome season, but I think another couple of years for them will do them the better, having that, just building those combinations, getting a little bit of maturity, and I think it's nothing but on the up for them if they can keep their team together as Pell gets the ball and shoots very well.
17 plays at 19 here. We've gone 8 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
Spell gets out the back, looking inside. Not happy with that. Feeds back out.
And
front
Mooney
space
just
looking
needs
very
to
good.
move out of that back space.
Yeah, getting caught just on the back of the body there. I think maybe both teams. Yarrawonga probably, their circle's looking quite good inside.
And I think coming off and hedging that space, creating a little bit of doubt in that feed to Pell, it just looks a little bit easy there.
Yeah, at the moment, just sort of sitting in that back space and not getting a lot of purchase on the ball coming in. As Taylor comes out and feed over the post.
Oh, Stewart, it was a high ball. Donnellan able to pull it in eventually, and a smart feed there by Blaney House into the space of M. Stewart. She finishes off. So we've got 18. Plays at 20 in this second quarter. Irvine for the Pigeons to Grimmond off the line. And Irvine looks over the back to Pell.
Great take.
Pull it in and with the split.
Good balance. And shoots without worry. So that brings us to 21-18 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
St John to Stewart on the drive. Gives off the little one to Donnellan. Shout out to M. Stewart's parents. She thought they'd probably be tuning in. So wherever you're tuning in from, it's a big hello. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a sunny day here.
And they were down last week, actually, so too big of a drive to get back.
No, fair enough. No, Em did say when we were live streaming, oh, good, Mum and Dad will be pleased. So when we aim to please here. Pearl swings it to Grimmond, and the refeed is on. She has been outstanding so far, Kalisha Pearl.
Yeah, not making many mistakes, and I think it's doing a mountain work in that goal circle as well.
St John on the run, hands of Irvine getting in the way. She's forced to look for another option, and House finds circle edge. Great release to Donnellan, and good movement in the air just to get in a position to be able to take that. Looked a bit awkward.
Here we are on Yarrawonga, centre pass.
And Laura Ryan.
Yeah, flying from behind.
She's so strong.
And great shooting there over a good 3 from Eliza Mooney.
You'll notice just out the back, one Hannah Symes is here. I think she's taken the court for the Pigeons, not A grade, a few weeks ago. Won't qualify for finals, but what a handy little player to have if you're short and you're needing someone to fill in.
Yeah, it's certainly a little good tool in the back pocket. As we see a miss there.
So Stewart just over the back, and Larissy will take the ball for the Pigeons. No one coming at her yet. She finally finds Ryan. Irvine again. She's calling for someone to come.
Great transition there from.
Play it down the line. Casa on the end of it. And Goldsworthy in the front position.
It's a couple of turnovers there for Molly this quarter.
She's starting to find her feet a bit more, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, and I think it's just going to be that battle that we talked about with her and Grimman today that you're going to be having to take it on for about 4 quarters here, and I wonder if it is something that we will see a rolling sub there at some stage.
Stewart with the roll. Oh, a couple of little passes down there just going astray. Laura Ryan with a bit of a dance move in the middle of the court. Umpire says, nope, that's footwork.
I think if Raiders score this, bit of a let-off. Their feeds on circle edge are just some of them going a bit astray. I'd like to see a fake in there and draw the defence, I think, a little bit too linear at the moment.
Yeah. Just a couple of those passes between Stewart and Donlan have not hit targets or have been a bit difficult. So Em can work into a position to take the shot. That takes the pressure off needing to do that, as we see Casa over the back. Great jump by Mooney, and she forces
the held
ball. As we see a good transition from Raiders there, Mackenzie House. And we've had a rolling sub.
Yeah.
So Annalise Grinter's come into goal defence, replacing Kylie Leslie. Stewart finishes off for the Raiders. They go to 22, just trailing by 1 now. Pigeons on 23. We've got about 3 minutes. 2 minutes to play in this quarter as Donlan takes a shot for the Raiders and makes no mistake. So it's game on, 23 goals apiece. Pell forced to go backwards, forced to go back again to Ryan. Just having to wait for something to open up here, Pigeons.
Great drive there.
Irvine, bullet pass to Casa.
Finds it back. Casa doing a bit more work coming out this quarter as well, which is probably maybe a bit of a testament to Raiders' defence with what they're doing a little bit lower down.
I reckon Mooney's just sitting off the body a little bit more now and creating a bit of doubt as to the space that Pearl has. You see they weren't looking at her as confidently as they were earlier. Mackenzie House,
good
big
ball over
pass
the top
to Blaney House. Sometimes
and across
you need
channel.
to do that.
That across couple of channels there pass is what you've got to watch, especially with someone like a Grinter who will probably be looking to cut that off a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So 24, and it's Raiders Centre. So Raiders back in front for the first time in a little while, as we see Stewart on the drive. It's back to Blaney House. Happy to work it round. They would know that there's not long to go. We're probably into the final minute of this quarter. Another sand infringement, or are we all good?
Just a little bit.
Bit of a tap there. Maggie St John able to pull it back in.
Bit of a refeed.
Good option by Blaney House not to use Donlan there. She was covered.
Em Larissy doing a good job on Donlan at the moment. And great offensive rebound there from Em Stewart. That's one thing that she's really, really great at, and you can notice that when she does miss, the seldom times that she does miss, she is right there. And her athletic ability lets her elevate and get over the top of people. And
great aerial ability. And speaking of aerial ability, there goes Eliza Mooney.
Just can't hold on to it, but a great little tip there. And enough to stop that goal. So
we go into half-time. It's the Raiders back in front late in that quarter. 25 plays 23 here at Birrelly Park. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers. right now. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Until half-time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to O&M Live. We're up to the third quarter in the game between the Raiders and the Pigeons. It's the Raiders leading 25-23, but it hasn't been all their way. Yarrawonga led till probably late in the last few minutes of that quarter. So I think we're up for a really interesting and exciting second half.
Yeah, I think both teams showing that they can get on their runs, and it doesn't really matter how far you are in front. You've got to be cautious of the others coming back. So, be interesting.
So, for Raiders, no changes. For Yarrawonga, Laura Ryan's gone to centre, replacing Laura Irvine. They've swung Tilly Kennedy into wing attack, and Gemma Grimmon's gone to wing defence. So, a little bit of a change up there.
And
and Danelise Greener, has gone to keeper with Kylie Leslie back to goal defence. So, Yarrawonga, a lot of changes.
Yeah, yep, they've swung a few. It'll be interesting to see what changes with the dynamic. Bit of a around the ground for 777 Automotive. We've got Corowa up against Myrtleford 34-22. Albury's beating Wodonga 33-29. We've got Wangaratta Rovers and trailing 23 against North Albury 26. And an interesting one over there at the Lavey Sports Ground is that Lavey's up 24 against Wangaratta 17.
Wow, so they're still leading. So in Angela Manuel's 250th, the girls have stepped up and leading the Magpies, who are sitting second on the ladder. That'll be a great win to get if they can get over the line there, as we see Casa just miss that one and Mooney on the end of it. So it could be a big upset if Lavey can hold on in that one there. Goldsworthy over the top to St John to Blaney House. Goes across to Mackenzie House, and Donnellan's on the move and out of the circle. Oh, and Maggie St John must have went offside there.
Bit of toing and froing at the start of this third quarter here. No team's really settled into it. As we see Tilly Kennedy get on a ball.
Great release to Laura Ryan. Just found the right amount of space.
And great drive to the pocket.
Pell just losing the ball in the air, but able to pull it in the end. Takes Yarrawonga to 24. So that was an important turnover. Back on their centre, although Goldsworthy
really working herself into the game.
Almost got it back for the Raiders. And again, it's come in fraction late on that one. So
great follow-up by Tilly Kennedy there as well to just chase that ball.
And that was never going over the hands of Eliza Mooney. Wasn't quite enough on it.
And a lucky obstruction there, because I think they were turning it right back
they
over.
Weren't they? She was a bit off balance as she released that. The umpire just finding a contact, I think. So House with the ball at circle edge. A quick 1-2 to Donnellan. Good movement by Taylor Donnellan to get out from under the post there where she was a bit stuck.
And great rebound by Leslie. Just finding a bit of balance there.
Kylie Leslie. Just got to Tilly Kennedy in the pocket. Forced to go off circle to Ryan. Having to work it round here, and Pell presents
beautiful triangle.
Front. Yep.
And makes no mistake, Lee, she's having a great day.
Isn't she ever? So 25 goals apiece here. And I'm looking over just the opposite side of the court here. I can see Hannah Symes looks like she's getting ready to play. Lauren Mulqueenie looks like she's helping her. And Sarah Wallington is standing in front. So some very big Yarrawonga names who have contributed so much to this club and played in Lord knows how many premierships between them. Look like they might be suiting up for the B grade. And also Laura Davis, I think. Sorry. Laura's on the bench, but yes.
And a big match when you turn to the B grade ladder as well for Yarrawonga.
Huge.
They're sort of sitting right there on that fifth spot on 32 points, right there with Albury as well. And a must win for them against the Raiders today, who are struggling this year in B grade.
Taylor gets Raiders on the board this quarter, goes to 26. Yeah, and I think Yarrawonga just struggling with some unavailabilities at the moment. So
bit of an inadvertent touch there by Mackenzie House, I think.
It was. Goldsworthy to House, just waiting for someone to come through. Laney House able to pull it in, so Laura Ryan contesting everything here. Stewart not confident from there, looks off the circle to St John. Forced to go back to the line, but happy to work it round and wait for something. And Grinter on the inside gets her hands to that, and Pearl able to chase it up. Kennedy to Ryan. You just see Mooney now sitting in that front space.
Making it a bit more difficult.
Yeah, which she wasn't doing early. So
great little ball there and balance there from Castro out the back.
Yeah, it's amazing how many of those balls Casa gets in a game, just sneaking on through.
Yeah, it's a high IQ way of playing, and she's really showing it today.
House forced to go back. Kennedy interrupts that. Ball went out. Great chase. It was on, but ball went out. So House resettling for the Raiders. It's got a bit ratty the last round too.
Yeah, it's quite a messy game. Both teams have sort of just lost their rhythm and timing. I'm sure we'll see that come back as they work in, but those changes for Yarrawonga causing just a bit of a disruption to the flow.
Kennedy with a great intercept, dangerous pass.
That's that cross-channel pass we were talking about a little bit earlier, and I think Yarrawonga's going to feed off that if they continue to look over a couple of channels.
Yeah, and I think both sides probably just stepped up the physical pressure too. There's not as many clean balls. Kennedy finds Casa in front. She finishes off.
And takes them to 27-26 on the 777 automotive scoreboard, as Yarrawonga's just taken off a little bit here in the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, so lead switching again.
Starting to find a little bit more second phase depth on their centre pass.
House gets in the way of that and gets the tip, and they're able to chase it down the Raiders. Stewart with the ball, forced to go back. Hands of Grimmond.
Yeah, great
really
hands over.
Got in the way of Blaney House there. So
I think Grinter's just starting to play off the body a little bit of Taylor Donnellan as well, which is just second-guessing those passes in from the feeders, which has turned over a couple of balls probably as well.
And Casa under the post with a strong take. Makes no mistake. So Yarrawonga moved to 28, leading the Raiders 26. As we said, no easy goals though. And nice vision by Stewart to find Donnellan on the move under the post.
A little bit of a settler there that I think they needed as well. So
absolutely.
A beautiful ball into Pell from Casa there. And held ball. So the defensive effort there from Yarrawonga is really starting to shine through. And Raiders need to have a bit of a look at maybe making it a bit more dynamic coming up at the ball, because they're sort of just getting caught behind there a little bit. As great drive.
Ryan, good contest between Ryan and St John there. So those two playing interleague together and in Melbourne at the Association Champs for the Ovens and Murray Open side.
Little bit of a drop off. Good chase there. And over the top at home is Pell.
Great vision and delivery. Yarra go out to 30, leading the Raiders at 27, and it's a Yarrawonga centre. So Raiders need to find a way just to disrupt this momentum a little bit here, as you see Casa under the post. And no goal. It's another held ball. Bridget does tend to hold it for a while, so I think if you can get in position and really pressure that shot and force her to hold it, you're always a chance of getting a held ball.
Good drive from House in the pocket there, and a refeed to Donnellan.
Bounces out, and Grinter rebounds that well.
And pretty easy transition here on the other side of the court from Grimmond and Kennedy, as House gets a bit of a touch but lands in Pell's hands. So some of those turnovers and misses starting to prove a little bit costly for Raiders.
They are, and then real lack of defence through the mid-court there on that transition. So need to find a way to stop that run.
Struggling to get to circle edge this quarter as well, I think, the Raiders. So not being able to feed that ball into Donnellan as Em does, as I'm saying that.
Commentator's curse, but great release. Em, she knew where she was and just released the ball instead of waiting and letting those defenders get into position, and forced another error there. So a breaking call. St John finds House at the top. Donnellan's there. Just
like to give him that ball and release that one into Taylor. I think she had the space there.
She did, yeah,
little
absolutely.
drop-off pass to Maggie, and looking a touch messy there on circle edge for the Raiders.
Turn and look at the shot and see if you can swing those defenders around that way if they need a refeed. They can. And Mooney, she went up, she touched it, but couldn't pull it in. And Pearl picks up the scraps and makes no mistake. They go to 32.
And this defensive unit for Yarrawonga looking really good. And even centre third defence as well, as we see from Kennedy there, not giving up on a ball.
And Tilly Kennedy, it's a strength of hers that she does create quite a few turnovers. You don't see that often from a wing attack, but she has a great ability to read the ball. As we see, Raiders go to 29, hanging in there. It's 32, Yarrawonga. Kennedy into the pocket.
And great ball over the top.
Release to Casa.
So just starting to pull out a little bit here, Yarrawonga. We've got 33 plays 29.
Although I'm sure they're aware that Raiders won't go away. As you see, Stewart into the space in front of Donlan, and she finishes off much better holding position there by Taylor.
Just starting to settle a little bit now. I think they've had a bit of the run where 3 or 4 minutes where they were sort of turning the ball over, but starting to settle back into their routines
and
a little bit.
She turned. She knew where it was going, just couldn't quite get the fingertips to it.
Qualisha Pell continues her great game, I reckon, down in that goaling end for Yarrawonga.
I reckon she's been Yarrawonga's best today.
Yeah, shooting quite well as well. I've got down 26 and missed 4, so getting a lot of volume and being very accurate with it.
Doesn't even feel like she's missed that, but yeah, her movement and her confidence, whether it's going forward or into the backspace, has been excellent to watch. As we see Kennedy, whoa, that's a big ball, and over the head of Pell on that occasion. But such is the confidence that they've got just to release it to her.
Yeah. Looking over the top, looking back to post, and it's something that she's getting back home, getting to the post really well and giving them an option, especially when Cass is coming out and presenting. So those two working quite well together in their movement and giving their feeders a lot of opportunity to get it in there to them.
Well weighted by Raiders, waiting for Donlan to open up. 31 plays 34. We're very late in the third quarter. Casa in front and a contact call. So she puts it down.
There's a beautiful pass and refeed to Pell there. Off balance and makes it count.
So Yarrawonga just maintaining that 4-goal lead. House goes cross court to Goldsworthy into the backspace of Stewart, which is a bit dangerous, but opts to go.
Just a slight bit over the top there from Grinter.
Yeah, and Donlan's got a bit of a height advantage on her there, so it's always going to be hard to contest those. 32 plays 35. Ryan with the centre.
I think that's showing with Taylor this year. Something that she's really added to her toolkit is that strength on a ball as well. So really showing that today and having to with the defensive pressure as they find Pell with a great cut to the post and makes no mistake on that.
Absolutely, and I think Taylor showing that strength over 4 quarters too, being able to stay in the game. And Stewart just needing to take an extra step there because Leslie will contest everything and she's quick to the ball. Oh, and a straight pass.
Bit of indecision there.
Kennedy on the line again. She's been in everything since she's come on.
Finds Ryan, hits Cass at top and tries to feed it in quickly, but I think Pell just darted the other way.
Yeah, so about a minute to play in this quarter on the NZ Albury time clock.
It really has been Yarrawonga's quarter. I think it's on the back of their defensive effort here, as we see Blaney release a big ball over the top to Stewart.
And well held by Stewart, just waiting for it to open up.
And just a touch late on that one, Grinter, but she was right there. Been a great quarter by her as well, I think.
She's made an impact since going back there. And a break, and Raiders can run it quickly. They're a chance to get a late goal here in this quarter. The calls are to get it in.
Around 23 seconds left.
It's hard.
And great hands from Laura Ryan there. Creates a real turnover. And she's been great this quarter. Move into centre as well. She's put in a mountain of work. And
super dynamic. And just her physical pressure at the ball.
She finds Kennedy and great drive again there from Ryan.
Oh, and House gets a hand, so not able to pull it in cleanly, but right on the buzzer. So we go into three-quarter time. It's the Yarrawonga Pigeons back in front, 36, leading the Wodonga Raiders at 33. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Price until half-time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
And welcome back to O&M Live as we start the fourth quarter here for Martins Albury.
And ball over the back to Donnellan. So Yarrawonga with the first opportunity to turn it over here. A 3-goal lead at the start of this quarter.
A little shift in Yarrawonga's lineup. They've brought Irvine back onto centre and thrown Ryan back into wing defence. Everything else remains the same for them.
Grimmond back to wing attack.
Yeah. And Raiders look to have stayed the same, trusting the process.
Mm-hmm.
We did mention that at the start of the broadcast that they will stay pretty strong with theirs.
So interesting change. Kennedy, I thought, as we said, Goldsworthy down and taking a bit to get up. I thought Kennedy was great when she was on, so
Yeah.
whether or not she's not 100%, and that's why she's...
Definitely an impact
I mean,
player.
they're still obviously doing well without her, but she's been pretty consistent in that wing attack position.
As we look over to the bench, and it looks like there may be a change coming for Raiders.
House just waiting for Stewart to get there. The umpires found a holding call on Grinter. So Donnellan with the free under the post finishes off, takes Raiders to 34, trailing Yarrawonga 38.
Off the line, great drive by Grimmond. And finds that pocket space really well.
Tries to go over.
And Elias Howard a little unlucky there with the ball trying to fall in her lap, but
Hit the ring and then no one knew where it was going. So Pell looks for the refeed.
she's been great at that today, just working herself into a game and finds a holding call there on Casa. So a bit of a let off there for the Raiders as they'll look to transition this ball and score off it. Great drive, house to house.
Oh, great ball. Clears the mess.
And I think one of their best transition plays for the day
Yep.
in that. And maybe with a little bit more punch to their movement. So they'll be looking to keep going with that for the fourth quarter here.
Absolutely, and maybe the key there is don't be afraid of giving off the long one if it's on.
Beautiful. And Taylor Donnellan sinks that and takes the Raiders to 37, trailing Yarrawonga 38 on the X-ray group scoreboard. Sorry, 36. We get a bit of a contact call there on Liz Mooning.
You feel the intensity's just gone up a little bit in this game. Crowd getting into it.
Finds that forward feed with Pell, and she makes no mistake, continues on her form from the first three quarters.
39 plays 36 on the X-ray group scoreboard. Stewart forced to go back to Goldsworthy. Defensive pressure of Yarrawonga super strong today as we see
Great
two
hands
hands.
over. Just a little bit short there from Irvine, but showing what Yarrawonga is trying to bring defensively at the moment, I think.
Finishes off. It's a 2-goal game. Away of Yarrawonga. Irvine with the ball for them. Off to Grimond, but not a clean possession. And Raiders with the turnover there. And Grimond wasn't really free there, so it was a bit of a wishful pass, I think, as Raiders move it equally as quick. And Donnellan finishes off.
Starting to find their rhythm there going into their forward third.
You can feel the change in momentum.
As House as well, supported by a sister, Mackenzie, and finds M. Great drive into the pocket. And just a dangerous ball there. They get off. They get off it with a contact call, but a dangerous ball that we've seen Leslie get onto a few times today. So
good at the low ones. That's so dangerous.
It was offside as well, so a bit of a let-off.
Lucky one as Donnellan finishes off. You've got to take your opportunities. It's 39 goals apiece here. Final quarter. We've gone almost 5 minutes. Irvine swings it to Ryan Y. Grimond finds Pell at the top of the circle, outside the ring. House just trying to stop that drive of Pell to post and keeps it out. It was a good job there by Mackenzie House. Just trying to keep Pell out of that dangerous space under the post where she's been able to create a lot of movement today.
And whilst we're down in Yarrawonga's attacking end, they've just swung a change, bringing M. Larissy back on to replace Grinter. So I think Raiders just starting to get a little bit on top with their movement there. So a bit of a change up from Yarra.
Oh, and a good pass finds Castor over the back. I'm not sure how they got that past the hands of Mooney there. Pearl with the penalty shot takes Yarrawonga to 40.
And just releasing that over the top and Taylor gets onto it.
And good to see the confidence to do that too.
Great three there by Larissy as well, so that's a bit more dynamic in the air, which is going to make it a bit difficult for Raiders shooters.
Pell off the line. You can hear the talk has gone up a level. Grimond in the pocket. Pell trying to come through. Draws the contact.
and just finds one on Mooney there under the post, and Pell sits forward and makes no mistake on that shot. Back on centre pass here. Raiders look, great support from Goldsworthy from behind.
Oh, it did look like it was a clear path. Ryan went at it, not able to keep it in, but Raiders with the throw in on the sideline. And again, Irvine almost getting to that. So just need to keep taking feet to ball. Stewart, dangerous bounce pass there to St John. The umpire calls a contact to look at some cleaner options here, Raiders, and that's a clean option.
Ooh.
And umpire says, nope, repossession. So Larissy and Ryan combined to get the ball down the court.
And looking to go inside here, Yarrawonga, and capitalise and build that buffer back out. Be a bit of a let-off for them, who have just been a little bit under pressure here in the start of the third quarter, but they've matched the intensity.
Irvine finding Casa, threaded the needle and found her under the post.
Beautiful.
42 plays 40. Irvine being held up by St John. The umpires found so Molly Golds with just a couple of penalties late in this game, giving them the free pass, and Irvine again, bullet pass into Pell under the post.
And takes them out to 43-40 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard here. About halfway through our fourth quarter.
7.5 minutes down, so
just a little bit static here from the Raiders. Their sort of rhythm's a little bit off.
It's not allowing players to move onto the ball and get off the defender. So Stewart opts to go over to Donnellan. The tip by Larissy, and Irvine's on the end of that. So things are going Yarra's way. Oh, Ryan launched to Irvine. House came through cleanly, but
Mooney
not able to get it.
Hands to that one.
So we're now starting to see a few risks being taken.
Great feed over the top to Pell. And her shooting form continues. It's been really impressive today, Kalisha.
Yeah, she's been outstanding. Irvine having to go back to Leslie. Good defensive pressure off the line by Raiders there. Holds Yarrawonga up. Grimman to Pell. And Casa in under the post. Goes to 45. It's a 5-goal game now, so Raiders really need to find a way to turn over a couple of balls here, and that's not going to be it. There's Larissy, front position, lovely intercept there. Irvine launches it to Pell, who's unaware it's coming. Things just falling their way a little bit.
I think Raiders starting to find a lot of issues and difficulty getting to circle edge here and looking to release over the top, and Yarrawonga's going to eat that up all day.
Yeah, and there needs to be a change. Like Taylor needs to now come front, change up that hasn't worked the last couple, do something different.
Start presenting, change the circle around. We're seeing that from Yarrawonga today. I think Cass has been great at getting back out and allowing Pell to get to the post, but then also finding space for herself. And I think she's worked herself into the game in the sort of second, third, fourth quarter, and they're using her a little bit more.
So it's blown out to 7 now. Stewart out. St John coming through, but couldn't be used. Comes back onto the ball now. House on circle edge.
Over the top again. Risky pass.
Yeah, better height on that one at least. Donnellan 41. Raiders. Yarra 47. Mooney, great cover. Forces Casa high. Irvine out the back to Casa. Keeps it in. Good chase by Bridget. Oh, Mackenzie House. So close. There's been a few today. She's just missed.
She finds Stewart and Blaney over the top, but it's not an easy pass, and I think that's really a testament to Yarrawonga's defence in this last quarter. They've really stepped it up, challenged at the start, and then coming straight back at them.
Stewart with a beautiful goal takes Raiders to 42. Yeah, look, Laura Ryan's been outstanding today as well, whether she's been in the centre or on wing defence. She's
Yeah, I think her tank's been really good. It's I think she's been equally as good in this fourth as she was in the first, and really causing those turnovers is a big part. Even if she's not getting them, she's really stopping Blaney from having her own way.
Yeah,
and Blaney's been having a great season.
She has. She's been really dominant off the line, but Laura's found a way to take her out of the game a couple of times today. As we see Blaney with the ball outside. Quick 1-2 with Stewart.
Great three from Larissy there
Just
over the top as well.
Short. Donnellan tries to rebound.
And Yarrawonga transitions the ball quite easily again, I must say. And I think that's been a real credit to them today, turning that ball over in their transition netball, as we see Casa into Pell quite easily there.
Oh, fall short and house under it. So 3 minutes to play. This is where I guess Raiders can really step up and test themselves. You know, they're going to need to run out 4 quarters coming into finals. So really backing himself to play out these last 3 minutes. Goldsworthy to House. Stewart out high. Looks and releases to Donlan. Great pass. So Raiders go to 43. 6-goal margin here late in the fourth quarter. Blaney House wide in the pocket and finds Stewart in front. She finishes off. So it narrows the margin a little bit. It's 44 plays 49. We've got about 2.5 minutes to play.
So find M over the top releases to Tay. Makes no mistake. Brings it back to 45 playing 49.
For some late goals here by Raiders.
About 2.5 minutes here left on the NZ Albury clock.
Oh, Mooney goes hunting. Couldn't quite get there. Irvine whips it in and gets it to Casa, but she can't get the goal in. And Mooney trying to get under that, knocks it out. So good efforts there by Lies.
2 minutes left here. Yarrawonga will be looking to see out the game, and I think we've seen it last week in the Suncorp League as well. You can't just rest on your morals. You've got to keep playing netball, and I think they've got to keep looking at the posters.
Is that your Saturday night locked in, Jackson?
Raiders actually have our ball tonight, so
I did wonder. I did notice a couple of sweet-looking tans out here, and
yes, yeah. I think Leonie Mooney wasn't ecstatic on the date picked, but she's requested a TV be put up. So
Excellent.
I think there will be eyes on that game tonight.
Yes, absolutely. I bet. Should it be a ripper?
So we see,
and then we move straight into the Olympics. I've been in heaven this week.
Yeah, sleep's been at a premium this week as well, but it's been great.
Yeah.
Great to have a lot of sport on the TV.
Absolutely. 46 plays 50, Yarrawonga with the lead, a minute to go. So they have been Raiders' bogey team this year. This is their second meeting. The only 2 losses Raiders have had is going to be against Yarrawonga to date. So,
and interestingly enough, we were talking about it before off broadcast, but that third quarter in that game earlier in the season out at Yarrawonga was crucial, with Yarrawonga having 19-7 in that third quarter, and it was really this third quarter where they set it up today. I don't have the exact statistics on me, but I think they would have won it by 8 or 9 probably. So those changes that we spoke about when they come on, they really did pay dividends and set them up. And
8 goal 13 quarter, 8 goal to 13 in that third quarter. Yarra's way. So Grimond going back to Ryan, just working it round now, trying to get it to circle edge.
And there is our siren with Yarrawonga winning
for 50-47. So there we have it. 2 meetings this year, and we've seen Yarrawonga get over the top of Raiders on both occasions. The only side Raiders haven't beaten to date. So we look forward to seeing them come up against each other in finals, especially if that final last year was anything to go by. But Yarrawonga really settled today. An outstanding game. Made a few changes, were able to change things up, but such is the experience. McRae Motors, a player of the day. Kalisha Pearl, congratulations. Pop that on. Congratulations. We'll let you get your breath for a second. Congratulations. A super win. Just saying that's twice now that you've got over top of Raiders this year.
Yeah.
You must enjoy coming up against them.
Yeah, we do. We've worked really hard to gel together, and I think it's finally paying off.
Yeah. You were outstanding today. Your ability to move into backspace, your confidence to do that, back yourself on the drive. Are you loving playing over? You look like you're really stepping up to it this year.
Yeah, we've worked really hard, and I think we have really good trust within each other, and to pass the ball off when it's open, it's really good.
Yeah.
And getting to play with two other outstanding goalers, Maddie Allen and Bridget Cassidy this year, can you talk about even Bridget's experience with you and how she's helped you develop as a goaler?
Oh, it's awesome having her on the court. Just her voice is so calming and really helps me play.
Yeah, and without Maddie Allen today, obviously unavailable, but we saw, despite, quite a few changes there in that second half, your side, I guess the experience of the players, they just step up, embrace the changes, and you're able to continue that momentum regardless of who's on the court.
Yeah, we are. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. A super win. It gives you a really good chance at that double chance. You'll stay, it looks like North Albury might have got the win today, so it'll keep you clear of them at this stage. And Wangaratta were down to Lavington, so you might have narrowed the gap on them too, depending on how that result ended up. So congratulations.
Thank you so
and
much.
Good luck for the last 3 rounds.
Thank you.
No worries. So Kalisha Pearl there, our McRae, as we said, she was outstanding from start to finish.
Yeah,
really consistent.
Really set the tone, I think, and setup was great. She worked herself in a number of chances with her movement for Bridget to get under the post.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Yarrawonga able to make a few changes there and really didn't halt their momentum at all. So they'll be pretty happy with that. They have got Albury and North Albury and Rovers to come, so they'll be really backing themselves to try and get that double chance. And that round 17 game against North Albury could be a crucial one. We're live streaming that, so looking forward to it. For Raiders, they'll come up against Myrtleford next week, and then they have Cora and Wang to finish. So tough finish for the season, but I'm not sure that they'd be too disappointed in that. I think they'll be wanting that test coming into finals. Well, there we have it. Next week, we travel to Wangaratta for the Wang versus Cora game. Jackson, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Awesome. You might get the call up again. You just never know. Let's see what you're doing in round 18. We're back. Raiders and Wang that game.
Perfect. No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and a great game.
Yeah, it certainly was. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. This has been O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Beers until half-time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.